Hello everyone, it's Terry here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I am sharing another Christmas card that I created using some products from Picket Studios. So let's get started. Okay, so to start off my card, I am going in with the Say It With Stamps Color Me cardstock, and I'm trimming it down to fit into my stamping platform. I really love using this cardstock because it's so smooth and it works really well with alcohol markers. Okay, and this is the stamp set that I am using today. This one is called Seasonal Christmas Flowers, and I will be using the coordinating dies as well. I love this flower because it's a traditional Christmas flower, and every time I see this flower, I think about Christmas. So I kept the color palette pretty traditional. Before I went into coloring, I wanted to make sure that I'm using a Copic marker friendly ink pad, and this one is my favorite. This one is Memento Black. I love this ink because it dries pretty fast and the Copic markers or the alcohol markers that you're using won't smear. Okay, so now it's time for coloring, and as always, I will go ahead and leave a timestamp down below. So if you're not interested in the coloring process, you can go ahead and forward it to that time. But if you are, I hope you sit back and enjoy. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Hanging lights on the front door, it's my favorite time of year. Pull a wreath out of cardboard, it says everyone is welcome here. Grandma's frosting the cookies, she waves at neighbors as they pass. She laughs as I sing jingle bells out of a marshmallow mustache. My little daughter came running up and sat on my knee. She said, "Dad, I got a question for you." I said, "What's on your mind?" She said, "I am not sure if Christmas dreams come true." Thought about it for a minute, turned to Tony Bennett, said, "Love, I think I know that they do." She was asking me how, as I twirled around, I said, "Christmas brought me you." And there is snow in the forecast, we're staying in, so that's alright. Watch the flakes start to come down across the road under the street light. And I think about heaven, how it must be just like this, with everybody you love and everybody you miss. My little daughter came running up and sat on my knee. She said, "Dad, I got a question for you." I said, "What's on your mind?" She said, "I am not sure if Christmas dreams come true." Thought about it for a minute, turned to Tony Bennett, said, "Love, I think I know that they do." She was asking me how, as I twirled around, I said, "Christmas brought me you." She's smiling at me. She says, "Dad, I gotta tell you something." Then tears fill her eyes as she tells me surprise and shows me her wedding ring. Think about it for a minute, Turn up Tony Bennett, say love, I told you it was all true. And she knows I am proud as I twirl around the lights in the living room. Hanging lights on the front door, it's my favorite time of year. Pull a wreath out of cardboard, it says everyone is welcome here. Grandma's frosting the cookies, she waves at neighbors as they pass. She laughs as I sing jingle bells out of a marshmallow mustache. My little daughter came running up and sat on my knee. She said, Dad, I got a question for you. I said, what's on your mind? She said, I am not sure if Christmas dreams come true. Thought about it for a minute, turned up Tony Bennett, said, love, I think I know that they do. She was asking me how, as I twirled around, I said, Christmas brought me you.
Okay, so I am back. So after I finished coloring all of the flowers, I went in with the coordinating dies and ran that through my die cutting machine. Here you can see a close-up look at all the pieces that I die cut. And now going in with a white gel pen, I like to add highlights and details throughout the images. So I went in with lines and dots here and there. Okay, so now let's talk about the background. I am going in with a stencil by Picket Studios. This one is called Winter Rings and it's a 6x6 stencil. And when I'm using a stencil and using a mixed media product like this one is called Winter Snowball and it's paper glazed by Picket Studio. I like using it on my Make Art station. So this station is magnetic. As you can see, I'm using 4 of the magnets that's holding down the stencil to make sure that the stencil doesn't shift around when I'm applying the paper glaze. And this paper glaze is very nice. It's very light in texture, almost like a buttercream in a sense. And I like applying that with my palette knife. I like using a palette knife because it helps smooth out the product nicely onto your stencil. I know it can be a little intimidating to use mixed media products and it might be out of your comfort zone, but I would recommend it because it does give a lot of dimension onto your card panel. If you're unsure of the color, just go with a basic color, like a neutral color, either white, a beige, a tan, a cream, or a black color. And that way you can use it as what I'm doing here, like a tone on tone color. So I'm going in and just spreading that onto a white cardstock. Just remember, after you're done using the mixed media product, you want to go ahead and run your stencil, your palette knife, and your Make Art station, run it down with soap and water, because it does dry fairly quickly and it will ruin your supplies. So here, after it's been dried, I want to say about 10 to 15 minutes, this is the results that you'll get. And I love the look of this. The white on white makes it so elegant. Okay, so I put that aside, and to add a little more interest onto my card panel, I am going in with the More Ash Leaves dies from Picket Studios, and I'm die cutting that out of vellum. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the vellum leaves and place it behind the poinsettias. So here you can see that I'm just trying to figure out a placement on my card front, and excuse the little hand off to the side. That's my daughter rolling the pink tape around while I'm working. But you can see here that I am just trying to figure out a layout of my card panel. And once I figured that out, I went ahead and used liquid adhesive and foam squares and popped it all onto the card panel. I did went ahead and use my scissors and trimmed off the excess that were hanging off of the card panel. So I went ahead and repeated the process until my front panel was completed. Okay, so now to adhere everything together, I went ahead off screen. I trimmed down a gold foil cardstock. I trimmed it slightly larger than my card panel. I wanted to create some sort of a mat behind my card panel, and I thought that the gold was very nice to bring out all of the red and green colors on my card panel. Now, going in, I use liquid adhesive and I'm adhering that onto a black cardstock that measures 4.5 by 5.25 inches. Okay, so now for the sentiment, I am using another stamp set from Picket Studios. This one is called Swinky Christmas Sentiment, and I'm stamping that down on white cardstock using a black ink. And the nice part about Picket Studios sentiment stamps is that it all comes with the coordinating dies, so you don't have to fussy cut around that. So I went ahead and used the coordinating dies and ran it through my die cutting off screen, and I popped it onto my card panel. Now going in with some sequins from Picket Studios, I apply that onto my card panel. If you guys haven't looked on the website at all of the sequins that's available at Picket Studios, it's a lot and you guys are missing out because there's so many good ones. I will link the information down below if you want to check that out. And you know what, the price point is pretty good and you get a lot actually. And look how cute this container is. I thought it was just adorable. So I went in and applied some of the gold sequins from this mix. I applied it on the center part of the poinsettias. So I just wanted a little sparkle. And I placed it throughout the card panel as well. Okay, so that completes the card. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and please don't forget to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. And I would love it if you came on over to my Instagram account at Cloudy Coral Designs. Okay, until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.